Hey class, it is the fitness test demonstration, so I'm going to go through this with you. You can pause the video at any time you'd like if you just like to do it on your own time. Otherwise, if you want to just stay with me throughout the workout, you can. Okay, so you'll need a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil or the actual form to fill out your results. So we're answering all the number 2s today on your fitness, your test, right? We've done all the 1s, now we're doing all the 2s. That just represents mid-semester, the second time that we've done the test. So it's exactly the same test. We're going to start with our resting heart rate. So what you're going to do is just sit down or kneel and just find your pulse, okay? Hopefully you haven't done anything, exerted any energy before you do this. So we're just taking our resting heart rate for 60 seconds. So you're going to find your pulse here on the carotid or here on the radial. So when you find your pulse, you're going to count for 60 seconds, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and begin my clock if you want to stay with me, and you're going to make sure you keep count. All right, ready? And start. And stop. So I got a 68, so I'm going to write 68 under my second result, that line there, okay? Or just write down on your paper RHR, resting heart rate, and then put your number. Okay, so the first exercise that we have on our fitness test is shoulder tap push-ups. Hopefully you have your mat. But before we get started, I want to just go through just a nice easy warm-up, okay? So just our normal warm-up that we normally do, okay? So go ahead and bring your knees up, knee pulls. And quicker. Just want to make sure we're warmed up and stretched a little bit before we get started. Good. Arms across. Body swings. Good. And hips forward and back. And switch legs. And lunge and twist. Switch legs. Good. And rolls up on your toes and back on your heels. Good. Step back. Hips down, heel down. Switch. Switch. I'm gonna go through this with you. Shoulder tap push-ups. The first time you did this, you circled traditional or modified. That's how you tested. Whether or not you want to do the same thing, it's up to you. Underneath the second line, I want you to write traditional or modified so I know what you tested like the second time, okay? So let me demonstrate. If you're doing modified, knees are down, hips are down, and we tap, shoulder, push up. And all we're doing is that, repeating for 1 minute, keeping count. If we did a traditional, knees are off the ground, shoulder tap, push up, and repeat, okay? For 1 minute, you're keeping count. So this is a max 1 minute test. I'll start the clock, or you can start it yourself and stop it yourself. Keep count. When the time is up, write down your result. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do modified because I'm still not feeling well. Have a little bit of a cold. So I'm gonna start the clock and you can stay with me if you'd like. Ready? And go. Make sure you keep count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and stop. Write your result down. You can put shoulder tap push-ups on your paper and then your result, and you can put those results in later if you want, okay? Whew. Give you a little bit of rest time before our next exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is that squat, lunge, lunge combination. And this is a max count, so there's no time put on this, time limit. You're basically just doing this until you maybe pass that first result up if you know what it is, or until you can't do them anymore, right? So let me demonstrate. So it's a squat, lunge, lunge. That's 1. Squat, lunge, lunge, 2. Squat, lunge, lunge, 3. Okay? Doing this until you stop. I'm not going to do this, so go ahead and pause the video. Practice that. Put your result down, and then come on back. Okay, so hopefully you were successful in that squat, lunge, lunge exercise. The next one we have is our surrender. So come on down to your mat. This is timed. So you're going to need a clock or a timer, your phone, and you're going to time this yourself. So I'm going to demonstrate it, and then you're going to pause the video, do it yourself, write your time down, and then come on back, okay? So this is a demonstration for the surrender. When you get into this position and your legs and your arms come up and your head comes up off the mat, that's when you'll start your clock. And then when your feet hit the ground or your head hits the ground, that's when you'll stop the video, okay? So, you're back on your back. And remember, your arms will be elevated with your palms facing up, along with your legs and your upper back and head. So it should look like this. This is our surrender. And we're going to hold this position for time, breathing, tightening here, strong. Try to keep your chin down to your chest and hold this position. And then when you're done, you press your timer, and then you write down your time, and then come on back. Okay, so hopefully you passed up that first result for surrender, and you feel really good about your time. We're gonna go into the next exercise, and that's the upper body, the up-down planks. So I'm gonna demonstrate, and then I'm gonna do this with you, okay? So we're keeping count for 1 minute max, and up-down just means low plank, high plank. And once you complete that, it's just 1, okay? So you're gonna start with low plank with your elbows, and then you'll pop up to high plank. That's 1, low plank, high plank 2, low plank, high plank 3. So this is max for 1 minute. I'm gonna start the clock. You keep count, or you can do this on your own, okay? Ready? We're gonna start in low plank, and the timer starts now. Keep count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, hey, kitty. 17, 18. Ooh, I'm slowing down. 19, 20. And stop. Oh my gosh. All right, write your result down, stop the video, and come on back. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you're a little bit winded, right, from that last exercise, up-down planks. Okay, so the cardio part is, it's a heart rate count after you've done this exercise for 1 minute, okay? So you're gonna continuously do this exercise. You don't keep count. When the minute is up, I'll do this with you, you're gonna find your heart rate. And we're gonna count it for 10 seconds. You're gonna write that number down, and then about 55 seconds later, we're gonna take our pulse again. Remember this? This is our recovery heart rate. So you'll take a 10-second count of that when I tell you to, and then you'll write that number down for your recovery heart rate, and then we'll be done. So this is the exercise. So we have a jumping jack, plank, step back. So of course, jumping jack, we know this. The plank, step back, hands come down, step back, step up, step up. Repeat, okay? So we're trying to get our heart rate up. So we're trying to go as fast as we can while maintaining good form. And this is for 1 minute. Remember, you're not keeping count. I'll let you know when to find your heart rate. So you're ready? And go. Last one here. Find your heart rate. Ready? Go. Count. Stop. put that number down and then be ready to take your heart rate again. So mine was 21, so I'm gonna put 21. And we're gonna see how far it comes down in 1 minute post-exercise. All right, get ready to find your pulse again. Ready? Count. Stop. Okay, mine was 16, so I'm gonna write 16 for recovery heart rate. So write down your number, and at this point, what you're doing is you are now answering the 4 healthy habit questions. Now they will be different because the first time you answered, it had not including this class. So your answer should be at least 2, right? 2 times per week doing this class. If you have added any time during the week where you work out of those 4 healthy habit questions, those may be more than 2, okay? So go ahead and answer those. And then optimal health, you wrote down like a brief answer of what you consider to be optimal health at the beginning of the semester. If you think that that answer needs to be tweaked or changed, modified in any way, if you want to change it completely, add anything, go ahead and do so. And then your final response to the fitness test is an assessment of your goals. So in the beginning, you wrote down so many goals, right, for the semester. I asked that you keep it time related as far as like at mid-semester, this is what I'd like to do. So I just want you to respond with something and a little answer next to your original goals, okay? So maybe you have achieved some of them, just write down, you know, yes, now it's this. And then once you've answered all of those or responded to all of those goals, if you want to change any goals for the end of the semester, you can go ahead and do that. You can add a line at the bottom of your original goals and maybe add new ones if you'd like for the end of the semester, or if you want to just change, since maybe you've achieved some of your goals already. If you want to keep those goals, but just keep adding to that to see improvement, you can just change it underneath it. Anything you'd like to do for your goals, but I really just want to see if you have achieved anything at this point and would like to change anything, okay? And that's it. So make sure that when you plug these numbers in and this information into your form online that you would have downloaded to your computer, make sure you save that form with your new results under all the number 2s, okay, with your name on the form. And then that's what you're going to send to me back inside the Canvas, okay? So make sure you get that done by Sunday, and I will see you next week.